This is a coaching nation next Wednesday night. We're there with you. And we'll go through the paces. We have the interviews and we'll take the call them. We'll continue with Zana Romeo. This is a child of Max Romeo. As we are talking about, if anyone notice we are going in the earth, especially between Iran and Russia and China and America, appear rumblings are going, and what it happened, it have a ripple effect all over the earth. All over the earth. We're wondering if these people don't know that them are hurt people in a terrible way. Terrible way. And when you see them on your TV or in the newspaper, it will come like them are the one them who's righteous and good and all them way there. You look at a man in the street and you see him look. You say, go move from here. Move from here. Go wash and go bathe and all them something let them talk. But these men have high resources and enough respect. These are the men who is creating the problems in the earth today. Not the little man who sit down on the corner and have nothing to eat. Not the woman who is on the road, a prostitute herself. These men in high places is causing destruction and devastation. And when we look on these men, most of them is politicians. And we say, how can we have good feelings and good thoughts for people who claim to be overseeing our goodness and want to keep us in line with good? When we look on the earth, them is the ones who is creating the problem. And we are talking about every country, most country, the people them who is destructive, the people them who is destroying, the people them who is keeping people under subjugation. They are the ones who is creating problem on earth. When you go to your bed, why you remember that jacket and tie man is somewhere you have to beware of. And we are talking about whether I'm religious, whether I'm political, or whether I'm a businessman. They are the ones who is creating the problem. From ever since. Sometimes you get diverted, your attention get diverted because you say, you see the man in him car and him having family and, big house and business. The man in half a thief, them no want to have nothing. But when you really get right down to it, it's them that create the problem. Them a create the problem. I wonder how can a man or people give him so much? How can they do what they're doing and don't feel no remorse about what is happening in earth and continue to do it to cause pain and agony against human beings and animals? Because when I separate the two, Because, as we said, we've told you all the while, man is the last thing. I want to say man, we mean human. Human being is the last thing to appear on earth. And him is the most destructive of all of the things them on earth. Can you imagine that? The last thing on the planet is creating more problem than every other living creature, every plant, everything that exists on the planet Earth. Human beings is the most destructive of all of them. Yet still they are the creatures who think and who decide what them going to do before them do it. They cannot be trusted. Animals can't trust them. The plant, them can't trust them. And them can't trust one another. What a terrible thing that. What a terrible thing. How are we going to get in line with the goodness of creation? How are we going to get in line when these people control your life? Control your life. How are we going to get in line to fix things that is necessary to fix upon the earth? How are we going to find our true self? Our true self that is inside of us and around us. Some people argue about who is God and who is not God and the devil and these things. But when you get right down to it, it's man creating all of these things and causing conflict amongst each other. We need to stabilize our thinking and open our faculty to understanding one another more. We need to remember it's one planet we live on. And may I tell you, when the planet start to rise up against human being come like a little grain of sand on the seashore. I think you can take up a handful of sand and count each sand. Just a handful of sand. Take it up and try count each sand and see how long it's going to take you. Well, human beings is not evil like the sand on the seashore. Because you can count them. And the more them wiggle and them waggle, is the more them get evil and wicked. That even the very sea, and the very plant life, and the very animals them, sometimes have to turn against them. Because them is the enemies of this planet. Enemies of the planet. They are destroying more and more of what we call life on the planet. We need to wake up. We need to wake up and stop feel that because a man is a politician or a preacher, he have more validity to life than you, who we would call wicked, or sometimes maybe call you ungodly. We have to really figure it out. We have to figure it out. Because them not working in the interest of you or me. Not working in our interests. So we have to find like minds and work with like minds to make Earth and even your environment that you live in a better place for all those who's in that environment. You know, this is the period 1966. Haile Selassie came to Jamaica, spent 2 or 3 days and then fly out. And we also went to Trinidad. And from that time until now, we, in the Rastafari community, as always, keep that visit in our soul as part of the validation of the emperor as our king. As Leonard will say, we know nothing with the King of England. We are dealing with the King of Ethiopia. Now, from that time until now, we have been commemorating the visit. And this year it will be no different. We will be commemorating the visit of Haile Selassie to Jamaica. On the line here we have Mitzi. Mama Mitzi, we call her. Good night. Where you laugh?
Greetings, Muta.
Where you laugh?
No, we give thanks. We just feel happy. We're happy to hear your voice and we're happy to be on.
No, you hear my voice all the while, but you giggle a while ago come and say, wow, Mama Mitzi.
Yes, sir. Give thanks.
Then, Mama, you're elder now, you know Mitzi.
I know. I'm very much aware, Muta.
Okay.
Very
all
much
right.
aware.
So, there is a trust going on for really memorize this thing that took place 66 years, in 1966, sorry. What is it that is going to take place this year?
Yes, as I said, give thanks. So we're grateful to be here, Muta, to kind of let ones know what is happening. You kind of preceded the conversation by telling the listeners that this is a traditional calendar celebration day for the Rastafari community, not only in Jamaica and the Caribbean, but it is a traditional day now for anywhere Rastafari gather across the world. This day, this time is going to be celebrated when His Majesty visited Jamaica, visited the Caribbean, because he went to other parts of the Caribbean. Before coming to Jamaica, he landed in Trinidad in the Caribbean, had a short stop in Barbados, which was not official. That was not a state visit because they still had a colonial government at the time. And then he came to Jamaica, which is historic because I don't think any records show that that the impact of this visit has been paralleled, and when it happened, it was totally unprecedented in terms of the response of the people in Jamaica, not Rastafari alone, So it's not something that we can ever ignore as African people or should ever want to ignore as African people. So this year, we're celebrating 60 years. It's a Diamond Jubilee. You were a part of the celebration 10 years ago in 2016 when we had the 50th anniversary, and that was another momentous gathering because at the time we retraced the steps of His Majesty's visit by inviting the grandson of His Imperial Majesty, His Imperial Highness Prince Ermias Haile Selassie, to come as a representative of the royal family. And so to help us to make that walkthrough and to trace the footsteps of the king when he came in 1966. We're not doing something similar this time, but the community is certainly gathering again in one love and one accord we're going to be having a motorcade. Kingston, we're going to be focusing on Kingston. We know that, as we said before, mansions and organizations and communities have their own celebrations in their own spaces normally. But for the big milestone landmark events like 50th and 60th, we try to bring the family together as much as possible so we can celebrate in one space and, just relive that energy and the vibration of the moment. So the Nyabingi House is going to start their ISIS in Montego Bay to light the fire on Monday night. That's the usual thing. But after that, one's going to be motorcading from different parts of the island to come to Kingston, where we're going to have a motorcade that takes us to the airport to do a ceremonial, educational moment out there and, drumming, chanting, and kind of bring the...
Where out there exactly going to be?
It has to be in the car park. So this is, So this is symbolic for us and ceremonial for us, but in times gone by, I'm sure you were at the airport in 2016. Were you there when Prince Ramayas landed? On the 20th.
I remember Prince Ramayas at other places, but I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember you were probably located at Michael College at the time.
I was doing an outside broadcast at Michael College.
Right, because we give thanks. RSM was very involved with that.
Yes.
So so we're going to go to the airport and do that. It's normally, the layout of the airport now is different in terms of the access to passengers, because normally we could get closer to the departure lounge, and it's always kind of an uplifting.
A different thing,
Yeah. Yeah. So it's different now, but we're going to do it same way for ourselves. If for no one else, we're going to do it for ourselves. So we're going to do that motorcade, and then we will have escort back to Haile Selassie High School.
Hold on. What time the gathering going to be at the airport?
11:30.
Okay.
So we kind of are encouraging ones to gather at Rockfort Mineral Bar or by Cement Company there, where we can travel in together. So we're not going in one. We're not going into the airport individually. We're inviting ones to carpool as well to cut down on the number of cars, just caravan video. We have a couple buses coming from Montego Bay and from Clarendon. But, so that's going to be the first leg of the motorcade, and then we will motorcade to Haile Selassie High School.
All right, stick up in. Because some people might want to reach out to Rockfort there and them late, so them want to know where them could have catch it before it reach.
Airport is the best place to come.
All right.
Yeah,
so
if you don't reach the airport,
that may say if you don't reach a Rockfort at the airport.
The school, but the school is not going to be a long stop, because our main stop is Louise Bennett Garden Theatre, where we're going to be having a full afternoon into evening into night, straight up to morning.
Oh,
activity. Yeah, we're going to be chanting ISIS at
till morning.
Ronnie Williams until
Ronnie Williams in Louis Bennett Garden Theatre.
Louis Bennett Garden Theatre. So that is something that we're bringing. We're bringing this tradition to Kingston so one can enjoy it. Similar to how it might have been the festivities, even after His Majesty landed in Jamaica. That was a very high-tempo night in Kingston.
Yes.
Yeah, he would have gone to the stadium.
The stadium. I was there, actually.
Yeah, there was the ceremony at the stadium, so that's where it would have been. But we want to have a space where we can have a program that would present I&I culture and liberty and tradition within the space. We're going to have drumming, we're going to have music, we're going to have an exhibition. And one of the interesting components of the evening is that And of course, you're going to be a part of this, Muta, because you have agreed to be one of our DJs for the evening. So we're going to be featuring or highlighting for the moment 4 albums that, you know, these albums really shaped our lives within this time. 1976 was a big year in Jamaica politically, as you remember. It was also the year that Bob Marley got shot, and then there was the concert, and, you know, so 4 significant albums came out in 1976 that we're going to feature the music of them, and we're also going to have performances by family members. So it's Peter Tosh's Legalize It album, Bob Marley, Rastaman Vibration, Bunny Wailer's Black Heart Man, and Max Romeo's War in a Babylon.
Okay.
So Max Romeo's son is going to perform, Andrew Tosh,
Good choice.
and Naki Wailer, and one of the grandsons of Bob Marley. I think it's Zion. I think it's the son of Rohan and Lauryn Hill. So that's like something, you know, just the singers and players of instruments were very important and are still very important in the journey of Rastafari, you know. So that's a highlight of the evening. But we're going to have panel discussions, very focused discussions, one on wellness, you know, of I&I, the challenges of wellness in Western world, you know, and another one that will focus on the Pan-African aspect of our theme. Our theme this year is His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie's visit to Jamaica, Rastafari memory, a Pan-African mission.
Who will be speaking?
Who will be speaking? It's a panel. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's a panel. It's
there
not
was
like
panel of speakers. Who the speakers?
It's a panel of speakers, but I don't want to call names right now.
Okay.
But we will hear about it closer to the time. But we have had full commitments, but we haven't had full commitments from some of the ones that we really want to be a part of this, you know. Yeah. Another thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be bringing our dress code to the stage, because Rastafari has had, especially the Rastafari woman, you know, we have maintained a dress code right across our community, no matter where you go. If you go to 12 Tribe, you know, an event at 12 Tribe, you're going to see the women dressed a certain kind of way. If you go to Bobo Shanti, Naya Bingi, School of Vision, you're going to see. So we're going to be presenting our dress code, a journey of our dress code.
Hold on. Somebody just WhatsApp me and ask me what date going to be again.
So it's Tuesday, April 21.
Okay, all right, yeah, all right.
So after we leave Haile Selassie High School, we're going to take a route that will take us just past King's House and then bring us back down to Louis Bennett. In 2016,
not going to Michael.
Not going to Michael.
Not going to GSC.
No, we're not doing that this year because we really want to do a program that will be meaningful throughout the day. The last time we did all of that, we reached the Mona Bowl like in the evening, you know, and since we have Bingi, we're not trying to cover all the stops this time. I remember I was just going to say in 2016, we did the Marcus Garvey Shrine, then Michael, then JC, then UTEC, then University where His Majesty had received his Doctor of Laws degree. So we're acknowledging all the stops and acknowledging the importance of all of them. He's addressed the Parliament as well, which was also historic. So we're going to bring forward some of these speeches that were made to bring forward the relevance of them in this time, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And if we look at some of the speeches that were made by His Majesty here and speeches that were made welcoming him, I don't think a lot of people today, you know, really over that this was not just a visitor. You know, even in the eyes of the ones who were here, the government, the Governor General, when you listen to how they speak about this man, welcoming him, although they would have rejected his stature and rejected who he was just because the Rastaman claimed him as God, you know, and claiming this African man, and as you said before, rejecting an English monarch, you know. So there was a lot of skepticism about it. Give thanks, Eric Williams had gone to Africa on a tour in 1964 and extended the invitation to His Majesty to visit, and then the Caribbean tour was planned out of that. Although our brethren that would have gone on the missions prior to that would have invited him, but to invite him for a state visit, he would have to have been invited by a head of state.
By the government,
Yeah. So Eric Williams kind of opened that door for His Majesty to come in and to come into the Caribbean the way that he did. So we're going to relive the magnificence of the moment, Muta, and to really remind, because the Rastafari memory, you have a thing to say that the Rastafari is the memory of the people, and it's really true. And we live our lives through our memory, of important events, so we can bring these things to another generation.
I can ask you something.
Sure.
Going back to the code, the dress code, explain what that is all about.
Well, our dress code normally, like going to a bingy, the Rastafari woman's dress code especially is very modest dress. Normally we're covered, and we wear skirts or dresses, and we're covered, and normally we cover our hair as well. That's our normal dress code, especially for Nyabingi. That is a Nyabingi dress code. So it's not something that everybody upholds, but that's what we uphold. And, that's what we're asking people to just come dressed modestly. We don't need to see women in pants that day. Just come and enjoy a different kind of experience. There are people go to church, them have dress code at church. Well, I guess they don't have it anymore. It look like everything goes in certain places now, but
I see that I go amongst the Rastas, it's to them too.
It's true. But we're trying to preserve some of our traditions and to pass them on, to teach them. That's how you preserve,
So the man, they must dress, because I put some for the woman
when you say royal, that normally kind of indicates something that you're supposed to come with a kind of look. So my beliefs are royal can work. Your khaki uniform is fine, because khaki has been a part of our dress tradition as well, kind of emulating His Majesty khaki suits. But we want ones to come to full joy, a Rastafari moment.
So hold on, because I'm like me when wear khaki, when me go buy a khaki suit.
But you're always royally dressed, though. So I don't think you have anything to say. And Muta, as a matter of fact, within we have, did I tell you that we're doing the fashion show? I told you that, right? Where we're going to be presenting. All right. So this space is called I Wear, because we really want to kind of keep it in the psyche of the next generation, that the way we preserve traditions is to maintain and uphold them. Because if everyone was to go into every space and do their own thing, then it would have absolutely no definition, no principles to pass on. We eat a certain way, we live a certain way, we dress a certain way. Our ancients of the time, them talk a certain way. And a lot of the expressions of our ancients have passed on till ones in Jamaica don't even know, say, Irie and Ital came out of the Rastaman's voice, and out of the Rastaman's utterances, and creating a word sound that would separate him from the Babylon language and the Babylon system.
All right, you see, I can't do why I look for now. I deal specifically with the sister them now.
Yeah.
This your sister we are dressed like what you were talking about again,
Well, Muta, that's the thing about it. That I don't know how we will maintain what we call our dress code, but we want to be able to continue as elders, especially to set that.
Well, so the dress, the daughter, them, I will tell you, say, them say old people dress them way there, and them young now, them doing nothing. Them want them breasts push up in front of them teeth, and them want them dress.
When I came into the back. I came and saw elder women to me, and I came in it as a young woman, and I respected and adopted the traditions and the examples that were set for me. So that's the only way that you can preserve someone's space. I don't think anyone at all. Muta, the way I see it, if I go into a space, this is the person's culture, this is their tradition, these are their principles that they abide by. If this does not sit well with me, then I step out, go somewhere else, or create something of my own.
No, I not talk about the people them who come visit Rasta, you know.
No,
I talk about the Rasta themselves.
No, I am speaking now with that authority as a Rastafari woman who is now an elder.
Okay.
And I'm speaking now to younger ones that none of us have this right to just come and overturn someone else's thing because you say, all right, me want to be a Rasta, but me want to smoke cigarettes, and me want wear shorts, cut a bingy. No, it's not your place to do that. That's disrespectful. If you come and see one's upholding a tradition and principle that defines them and gives them an identity, you can't come and change that. So what will it be eventually then? What is it going to be? It will have no identity. And we are proud of the identity that our matriarchs and patriarchs set for us, that foundation. We are proud of it. And we want to teach it to you. And we want you to love it and feel good about it. But if you don't feel good about it and you feel like this is not for me, then you have that authority and that sovereign space to go and create something for yourself and name it how you want to name it. But I came into this seeing Mama Baby, I seen Ma Shanti, Mama Aina, all of these ones. And I thought this was something beautiful. Because I didn't have to, I no longer felt like beauty was something that was defined out of Europe. I saw my sisters natural, you know, and I felt good about that. Because I never ever processed my hair. I never used to wear makeup, not like that. I mean, I said, well, this expression of myself, it feels good. And this is all we want our sisters to know, that this is our tradition. And this is the example that we have set for the world. So if you go to Chile, if you go to Brazil, if you go to Africa, if you go to Europe, anywhere you go,
you can
that
identify.
is the example. Huh?
You can identify the Rastafari.
Yeah, that is the example that we have set. You know, so preservation is very important.
It's like some people. It's like some people are reason them heart say them have Rasta in them heart, so them they need to put it outside. I mean, I say madness. That's a madness. Total madness. You see a man face, you don't see him heart.
That's something I think we have been hearing. I hear that for a long time.
A madness, total madness.
Yes, it's kind of crazy.
Because if you're a Rasta, why you wouldn't look like a Rasta or Rasta's supposed to look?
But this
people
is
says, oh, Rasta's supposed to look.
Come up with a thing called liberty, you know, because your liberty is an all-encompassing life, a way of life. Your liberty encompasses
of course, the culture.
everything about how you live, your culture.
Yeah,
you know, so when we come now to just totally dilute that and say, no, well, all right, I want to so-and-so, but I don't want to so-and-so. I like this part of it, but I like that. No, that can't work, so. I don't know if you can go anywhere else. No one walk into the Catholic Church and say, well, all right, I don't want Jesus up on the wall, and I'm not going to take communion. You go inside, you abide by their principles. You respect their principles. You respect the identity that they have created for themselves and the foundation that they have built. So I mean, I think it's any different for I and I still, you know. So it's a part of the nurturing, a part of the teaching, a part of that experience. We're not trying to drive away anybody or frighten anyone. We want to embrace you with that love and to teach you with that love, you know. So this is one of the occasions, Muta, where we want to come in. We're going to have vendors. You're going to be able to eat some good Ital food. You'll be able to see Rastafari art and craft on sale. Our original artisans will be there, you know, so we can full joy that experience of our liberty. We're going to be on showcase. We're going to be on exposition, and we're inviting ones to come and full joy the day with us.
That sounds wonderful. So,
His visit to Jamaica, the 60th anniversary.
This is at the Louis Bennett Theatre.
Garden Theatre. We're hoping to start that program at 2 o'clock. And it will go straight up to morning when ones will leave out and, ones will trot forward to Montego Bay where we're going to have ISIS until that will seal up on the Monday morning.
Okay, so that drive go Montego Bay too?
Yes, well, yeah, because
Montego Bay.
Yeah, the 21st is going to be focused in Kingston. So we want one to come and full joy the moment with us in Kingston.
It's a pity that I'm not train again in Jamaica. Yeah?
Don't it? So we're going to have our fire as the center element of what we do at a bingy, and ones are able to kind of learn the different elements of the bingy and learn a little bit more about the drums, our sacred drums, and learn a little bit more about our chants, why we chant, So it's going to be a fulsome experience, Muta, and we're inviting ones to forward. As we said, the motorcade is what's going to start the day on the 21st, moving to the gift that His Majesty gave to Jamaica, which is the Haile Selassie High School, and which is still a beacon for in the Western world, the only school in the Western world that is named after the emperor, and something that's very special to us and something that we should all work to collectively preserve, and to maintain that legacy, that great legacy.
Well,
so we're looking forward to all of that, Muta. We're looking forward to coming out on Tuesday, Motorcade High School. But we're going to be putting out something. We put out an original flyer that would announce what is happening at Louis Bennett Garden Theatre, but we're going to put out something, hopefully by tomorrow we can circulate, that kind of give a more detailed account of the program for the day.
What happened the whole day.
Yes.
All right. Well, give thanks.
Yes, sir. Give thanks to for.
You have to remember something. If you don't remember something you want to know, you better say it no, or else you want to bed.
No, I don't think so. I just want us to be on time because we have some very special things happening. During the course of the afternoon, we have very, very special things happening. So we want ones to come on time, leave work and come to Louis Bennett Garden Theatre. It's a celebration of Emperor Haile Selassie's visit to Jamaica. It's a Diamond Jubilee. It's 60 years since the king landed there. It's tribulation, holy tribulation, to a lot more triumph, a lot more victory in this time. And we're celebrating and we're remembering.
Like what have you upon the phone, Because I don't usually have you upon the phone.
Mm-hmm.
The Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis declared that Rastafari in that country should be legitimized, not just through word, but in the Parliament of St. Lucia. Sorry, not St. Lucia, in Nevis.
Thank you.
St. Kitts and Nevis, yeah. It should be legitimized as something of value, religiously and culturally.
Mm-hmm.
After we hear that, we hear something come out, I don't know who said, that has been done in Jamaica already by the government. You know if that been done by the government in Jamaica?
No, not in the way that they're proceeding to do it in St. Kitts.
Then why the hell they must want to say that? Where them take man for that?
You know, Muta, I saw this cartoon come out at the same time, and I found it very interesting. You saw that cartoon from?
No.
From I want to just remind you what it is because I found it very interesting. That let me see here.
I never see the cartoon.
So it says we're first St. Kitts is saying we're first to recognize Rastafari in the region legally. And this must be our government saying, not true, we're the first. And the Rasta man said for years, Rasta have been persecuted. No, them fighting over I and I. It's a thing, that of course Jamaica would want to be seen as the administration. The government of Jamaica would want to be seen as the administration that will recognize Rastafari. In the Dangerous Drug Amendment in 2015, I think that was the first time that we were acknowledged in terms of our use of herbs.
But it's not the use of herbs we're talking about.
No, it's not. No, I'm just making reference to that.
Yeah,
I'm just making reference to that. But, the RMO did a response on Kabut's program on Sunday that I thought that was read by Natisa, that I thought was very solid, and really pointing to the areas that you can't claim to have done. Muta, something happening here with my phone.
Well,
hello?
Look here, it no sound like something happened, but look here. Last week, Thursday, I was talking about it, and I say, the culture of Rasta is the most potent part of Rastafari. And most of the things that Rasta use as a cultural expression, the society don't agree with it. She gone? She gone. I thought dead like a doornail. Yes. The argument about recognizing Rastafari, the most potent thing in Rastafari, is not the religious concept of Rasta. It's a cultural concept of Rasta that most people now will embrace the culture, but them not expect them not surround the religion. And when I look at how the society treat Rasta, it's the culture them fight against mostly, I mean, apart from them, I say, I still had this and I still had that. And we are idiot because we are talking about Haile Selassie and all them something there. When you look at what Rasta give Jamaica culturally, it's unique. It's unique for people domicile on this farmer slave plantation island here. And out of the dungle heap, out of the sufferation and the trial and tribulation that Rasta go through, we could have rise above that and become such a light, a beacon, a hope to the people inside of Jamaica who want to see it and accept it. I never hear no politician get up in a parliament. When I talk about don't declare ganja, because the reason why them hold on upon the ganja apartheid is because the big guys them are invest and have investment are put in it. They want to legitimize it for another purpose. Them not legitimize it because of a cultural expression of Rastafari. They want to legitimize it for a money venture, making money out of it. And when you talk about the money out of it, it's not Rastafari them including the money out of it. Because them still say Rasta are mad people because them are smoke ganja. So them come up with that thing named medicinal marijuana. So them why you deal with now the medicinal marijuana and don't deal with where you call now your sacrament. That is the problem. And I don't hear no government in a Jamaica rise up and declare that. I don't hear them talk about the locks like oh Rastafari hold the locks in relationship to being a part of them cultural expression. The cultural expression of the locks define Rastafari more uniquely than anything else Rastafari do in Jamaica. The culture of Rastafari, I'm say it again, is the most important part of the manifestation of Rastafari in Jamaica. That it make the whole world have to stop and figure out them head and scratch them head and say, who are these people that rise up in a farmer slave plantation island and hold such a cultural expression that you could have look upon a man the way over Ethiopia over there, so, and bring him way over here, so, in your head space, and make him become a center of your understanding and existence of what liberation and freedom is supposed to be. So, I don't hear them say that. I don't hear them say that. And it's just so it go. You see, you hear them have a thing say, you have more respect outside of your country than inside. Rastafari is one such thing. Is more respected outside of your country where it originated from than inside of the country. And that is really a travesty in itself. This is a powerful song, man. What a powerful song. I can't hear too much time, trust me. Can't hear too much time. Continue the journey though. Continue the journey. And we want to play this. Listen.
In America today, for every $100 of white family wealth, black families only have about $5.04. In fact, the percentage of the total wealth owned by black Americans hasn't really grown appreciably since the Civil War. This level of inequality isn't about failing to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's a direct result of centuries of racist banking policies and practices that systematically kept black Americans from prospering. After emancipation, President Lincoln approved reparations to help former slaves transition from being treated as property to owning property. Each family was supposed to receive 40 acres and a mule. But after Lincoln's assassination, that order was reversed by President Andrew Johnson. What the free slaves did get was a bank, the Freedmen's Savings Bank. Over the next decade, former slaves deposited their hard-earned wages, more than $75 million, into this bank. But it turned out to be a one-way relationship. The bank's white management refused to give any loans to its black clients. Instead, they lost nearly half the money on bad investments before the bank closed in 1874. The federal government failed to hold anyone accountable for this loss. Soon after that, Jim Crow laws were enacted across the South, and owning land became even less attainable for black Americans. In the 1930s, President Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal helped create a new middle class, but it also further cemented the racial wealth gap. With the help of the federal infrastructure, tens of thousands of banks and credit unions were created at this time to issue mortgages that, in effect, all went to white families. During this time, neighborhoods were explicitly zoned to reinforce segregation, and those in black neighborhoods were denied mortgages. These policies essentially helped create two separate credit markets, one of the affluent white suburbs and the other of the black ghettos. This is law professor Mirza Baradaran. She wrote about this history in her book, The Color of Money.
The segregation of our banks and our neighborhoods and our mortgage credit, it was a partnership of banks, homeowners who didn't want to live in black areas. It was realtors who wouldn't sell to blacks. It was the market deciding that a white neighborhood was worth more than a black neighborhood. It was the regulators not stepping in. It was the legislature not stepping in. You know, it's not just a clan that did this. You know, it was a whole American society.
Civil rights leaders recognized the fundamental economic injustice and proposed bold solutions, including integration, reparations, and land grants. But once again, at this fork in the road of American history, the nation took the wrong path. Instead of going forward with any of these radical solutions, President Nixon proposed black capitalism, a series of policies that encouraged black entrepreneurship and asked corporations to voluntarily support black-owned banks. This policy paid lip service to closing the racial wealth gap, but in reality did nothing to fix the underlying problem. Variations of the toothless black capitalism policy have been carried on by every administration since Nixon.
So we never fixed our legacy of Jim Crow, white supremacy, credit discrimination, all of these systemic problems, and to put the little Band-Aid on it and say, okay, well, we'll celebrate entrepreneurs, black entrepreneurs. That's not the answer.
While U.S. law banned explicit racial discriminatory banking in the late 1960s, racism in the industry is still alive and well. In the early 2000s, federally regulated banks and other financial institutions profited from selling many subprime loans, which charged higher interest to compensate for higher risk of default. Many were designed to make repayments difficult or impossible. These toxic loans were purposely peddled to black neighborhoods. In one lawsuit filed by the city of Memphis, Wells Fargo bank officials testified that employees referred to minority customers as mud people and subprime loans as ghetto loans. And data shows discrimination in lending was based on race, not economic status. By 2006, higher-income black Americans, including many who could qualify for regular loans, were 4 times as likely to have subprime loans as higher-income white Americans. The Federal Reserve's own survey at the time revealed as much, but they didn't act to stop the bank's predatory lending practices. By 2008, the housing bubble burst, and no community felt the consequences more than black Americans.
Well, what we're going to do here now, you know, only for 1 year we play this thing already. But sometimes you think everybody hear it, and a whole heap of people never hear it. And those who hear it already want to hear it again. Well, we're going to present what we call a tape here when Haile Selassie came to Jamaica. Yes, we're going to play it. Listen.
Undaunted by the driving rain, a sea of faces awaited at the Palisados airport the arrival of a living legend. To some, he was the King of Kings, the Lion of Judah, even a god. But to most, he was a mild-mannered monarch who had won the respect and admiration of Jamaicans. The air was charged with excitement as anxious, expectant faces searched the skies for the first glimpse of the great silver bird that would bring their hero to Jamaican soil for the first time. Members of a local cult, the Rastafarians, who were easily distinguished by their long beards and unshorn locks, and who worshipped this figure as a deity, were present in full force. The most rousing, boisterous, tumultuous welcome ever given to any visiting or local celebrity, His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I, Emperor of Ethiopia, arrived. The crowd erupted into a frenzy of rejoicing as they broke through the lines of soldiers and police and surged out onto the tarmac, eager to engulf the emperor with their affection. The ceremonial welcome that was planned had to be abandoned as the avalanche of men, women, and children swept away all semblance of order. Ethiopia, a monarchy on the eastern side of Africa, has been governed since 1930 by Haile Selassie, whom history records as being a direct descendant of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Jamaica was among the places visited by His Imperial Majesty on his tour of the Caribbean area. Huge crowds jostled for choice vantage points all along the route in the hope of seeing the emperor. George VI Park, thousands also awaited his arrival. Of the cenotaph, His Imperial Majesty laid a wreath in memory of Jamaicans who gave their lives in both world wars. The tomb of the noted Jamaican patriot Marcus Garvey was also visited by the Emperor. The royal party next drove to Jamaica House, the official residence of the Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Sir Alexander Bustamante. Was introduced to Sir Alexander and Lady Bustamante by the acting Prime Minister, the Honourable Donald Sangster. The National Stadium was the scene of the civic welcome extended by the government of Jamaica to His Imperial Majesty. Prime Minister read the address of welcome.
Your Imperial Majesty, I have the great honor to express to you, on behalf of the government and people of Jamaica, a most warm and sincere welcome. This, your first visit to Jamaica, is for us, Your Majesty, a most important and significant event. We have long hoped for this occasion, and your presence with us today is assuredly, Your Majesty, a high point in our history.
Mr. Eustace Bird, one of the two KSAC commissioners, presented the keys of the city to the Emperor. His Imperial Majesty and his party were treated to displays staged by the military and young schoolgirls. The next stop for the royal party was King's House, the official residence of His Excellency the Governor-General, Sir Clifford Campbell. His Imperial Majesty was introduced to many dignitaries and members of the Rastafarian cult in full regalia. The Emperor afterwards presented gold medallions to the Rastafarians. Then it was our turn for gift-giving. At a formal reception at King's House, the government of Jamaica presented gifts to the Emperor and to his grandchildren, who accompanied him on the tour. Flanked by officials of state and the military, he was escorted across the lawns of King's House. There, on a balcony, he settled back to enjoy a Jamaican concert under the stars. The sounding brass and crashing cymbals of massed bands heralded the opening of another session of Parliament at Gordon House. This session would be addressed by His Imperial Majesty. On his arrival, he was escorted to the saluting dais for the playing of the national anthems of Ethiopia and Jamaica. He was then ushered into the council chamber. The Emperor's address to the Assembly and people of Jamaica was in his native Amharic and was translated by a member of his party.
I always wished to come and visit Jamaica. Now, thank God, this wish of mine has been fulfilled. Upon arrival to Jamaica, I have seen more than I had expected. I have seen the progress of the people, and I have seen their determination to march forward in unity towards greater progress. I have also witnessed personally the extent of the feeling of the Jamaican people to the Ethiopian people. Again, I wish to take this opportunity of expressing my thanks to the government and people of Jamaica for the fraternal reception that was accorded to me.
Among the academic institutions visited by His Imperial Majesty were Jamaica College, the College of Arts, Science and Technology, and Miko College. And here at Miko College, one of Jamaica's oldest teacher training institutions, he was met by the principal, Mr. Glenn Owen. Escorted inside, he was invited to sign the visitor's book. And a gift was presented to him by one of the pupils. The University of the West Indies is one of the institutions of which Jamaicans are justly proud. It covers 650 sprawling acres at the foot of the Long Mountains in St. Andrew, and it has recently been granted full independent status by the University of London. members of the faculty, student body, and prominent citizens gathered to witness the ceremony in which the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws would be conferred on His Imperial Majesty. Dr. Philip Sherlock, Vice-Chancellor of the University, conferred the degree. The Emperor's reception for the Governor General and people of Jamaica was held at the Sheraton Kingston Hotel. The atmosphere was cheerful and informal, as Jamaicans from all walks of life chatted and joked together and raised friendly glasses in a toast to the continued health and happiness of His Imperial Majesty. As a personal gift, the Emperor entrusted to the government the funds to erect a school. At the chosen site on Payne Avenue, hundreds gathered to witness the stone-laying ceremony. In appreciation of the Emperor's generosity, the government decided to offer a scholarship to an Ethiopian student tenable at the University of the West Indies. The foundation stone was laid by the Emperor himself.
From the conquering land of the God of Judah.
Chanting, placard-bearing Rastafarians swarmed all over the Kingston railway station as they awaited the arrival of the Emperor. This was the beginning of a journey by rail across the island to Montego Bay Airport, from which the Emperor and his party would depart. The train stopped briefly at Spanish Town, but the vast multitude, carried away by emotion and enthusiasm, broke out in a wild free-for-all in which several persons were injured. As he journeyed through the countryside, the Emperor was treated to glimpses of the Jamaican scenery. His Imperial Majesty made several stops at various towns along the route. Some of these included Denby, Williamsfield, Magatee, and Montpelier. There he met both prominent citizens and humble folk. He also saw something of our rich heritage of folk dancing. Montego Bay, the scene was almost unbelievable. 1,000th voice of 10,000 lions. At Montego Bay Airport, His Imperial Majesty was given the military honors that were thwarted on his arrival at the Palisados Airport by the overzealous welcome. Here, strong detachments of soldiers and police kept the huge crowds at bay. The time had come for us to say goodbye. The Emperor had spent 3 days with us, yet it seemed but a few fleeting moments. Haile Selassie, Emperor of Ethiopia, descendant of Solomon and Sheba, had touched the heartstrings of Jamaica as no other stranger had done. He had generated a tidal wave of emotion that had swept the length and breadth of our island and engulfed people with an enthusiasm and affection never before witnessed in the history of Jamaica.
Power, I tell you. Yes, ill.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Yeah, you know, say, I have one little piece of joke for you about, well, before Selassie come, my daddy used to work with a man named Mr. Hines, the man who drive the train. He's my driver. I mean, I punch down in the power, but my daddy used to work for him in bush. Mr. Hines have one bush up in the last catching there. Yeah, go to Chediga Park and go up. Yeah, man, so more time I on Saturday in Camagua bush, I live in youth. Sometime Friday, I go to school, we go bush to with him. And so, but I never love the bush at all. Oh, God. But anyway, he said, he might tell, he might Mr. Hines attack and he might say, Selassie, I go come here, man, one night time. And Mr. Hines are running down to now, so Selassie can't come here. And then little thing there, one piece of joke. And you know, so when Selassie come and him see one drive him, you know, from town to punish town, to punish train, you know, and he might drive up the train. And he happen that the man come. One piece of crap, you see that.
So why him say Selassie now come here?
Man, me I tell you, man.
Eh? Why him say Selassie now come here?
Eh?
Why him did say Selassie now come here?
You don't know them man they already. So when you talk about Selassie, them man they always have said something different.
Okay.
You know, because them man they are jacket and tie too, you know, so. Yeah, man, and boy, when we want to know you're right now still, at the land we want to plant the food, you know, and to repeat them, you know, and things, I mean, I understand how they just have the land put on, so, you know, and over the years we are planting weed and them are thief who claim to them burn me and I sell them, I sell it, or I swap it. Years now, them are do these things and things come up here now and with it, why am I tell you we are suffer bad? Man, we are suffer for a long time. Buster and the followers them now come take over. We can't do nothing.
So you don't have no land?
No, sir.
So you used to plant?
You
used to plant food?
Yeah, man.
So why you planting?
Like, well, right now me at Manchester and I claim to all part land. But I see him crown land. Government give to them money.
Who them give to? Who them give to?
The all part people them.
Oh, I'll put
you understand?
Yeah.
Crown land, you know. So never get to the backside people them. And you know, say land no fi sell, you know, me mean like sell to the backside or government no fi sell land. Government no fi sell the land. As on the people land. Me don't understand how government has sell land.
Because them belong to Britain. The government belong to Britain, you know.
Yeah.
So they follow the British thing.
That's no fear, man. Yeah, all right. But I mean, tell you, it time get terrible because remember when I look at you to Sunday shop now walk me, you know, on go one window might walk me, you know.
Yeah, and them selling through the window. Like all the Chinaman shop, them selling through the window.
Yeah, you know.
On Sunday.
No liquor, no bar, no opening, something. But no, a different thing.
Yeah.
They show your planes have money.
Yeah.
And they know we don't forget none of that money. And just them.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell them, say, them have chat about, them better line up for Pinnacle, you know, restore Pinnacle, you know, because me I want my siblings from Pinnacle, you know, we want land back,
yeah, what to oil, what is? This what to oil.
You know, say, my parents, I'm a leader, man. When Buster run them from St.
No, I think you say you're one of the family, man.
Well, not really, like, say, a Clarendon is how it come from, you know, but not really a blood. I just, our people, him and the leader. Through people, you know. Yeah, from St. Thomas. My mother and father traveled with him. God Buster did tell them to come out of St. Thomas and find somewhere in the west to go. Within a Rasta. You know, me glad for a St. Thomas have the leading Kumina. Me say me love that, you see. And a St. Thomas he run them from claim say, like the St. Thomas of him. You know what is with these people then time, a bad mind, you know? Bad mind the man, because he can't get the amount of people where oil I get. You know? So, he just claims them and run them out of St. Thomas and then find somewhere in the west to go. And the man sickle up in the club in the down in St. Catherine up in them way there. Go to Waterloo and go up them place there. And still let him find the man up there so. And the man in battalion and then come beat him out and me say in I chat, my mother tell me story now, me just come like me did it. He real. Yeah man, the people they raid them early man in time.
Yeah.
Get all some people from up by Waterloo, John Public, follow them. He come like say them I work with the police. And we are one them I tell them say, you know, this time it's a different, you know, because they follow them and I raid with all the people them and you know, so they are all thief people and bad family them they them pick me now while school. The John Public people thief them. All for sitting in thief man from up at Pinnacle when police come raid. Police and do this and do that and people are thief people and that my mother tell me say if you see the dust in a camp you will run up and down and go on. Dust and them light and burn. One of Parliament papers them in a place. Because man having a film land. And all the people and get together and show money, you understand? And you go deal with the payment. And they want this, why then there's the something have to done for them thing, man. You see most of West Kingston, people and Coronation Marks and all of them places. Most of them people are Pinnacle people, you know. I do everything then they know, because back in the time, the people and shame. Then shame to say them a Pinnacle. Then shame to say them come from Pinnacle. And then you have to shame and afraid to call man and beat.
Beat you. The same man that used to cut off Ratalax.
I want you. I say, man.
Spanish Town Road there.
Yeah. Then my mother tell me, say, then when they left Pinnacle, she said they have Pinnacle and then go all a Spanish Town, go shop and so. Because the most, and the whole bad thing and go shop, you know, because they have food, they have everything. A Pinnacle, they don't have salt. And then use cane make sugar. And clothes and so. then go and punish down. And when we say Rasta, and a locks.
Yeah.
You know, because Raya Kobe River did they wash, then clothes and then ear. And when you see a woman, them are afro. You see me love to see the afro round and nice. And the man then comb them beard, go right down so and look nice. And when they go and punish down, rush up, you know say people use glass bottles and share with people and police the punish scene and want to leave the people and then he put in your nose and say, shave them. You see, police
we say last week you say it.
They can't
last week I tell them.
Eh?
I mean, no brethren where people all and cut out them locks with his buckle.
I mean, I tell
you, Spanish Town Road there, I know that.
Watch there. When it then locks, that time a locks time. Up on Pinnacle, the master, no, will not really entertain the locks.
Yeah.
That it just come, you know.
Yeah, like Mystic Revelation.
Yeah.
Them no locks, yeah.
Yes. You know, when Rasta just come, 9:30 there.
Yeah.
And Rasta, he come all about over that.
We have to cut a break. We have to take a break, you know. Yes, yeah.
Nice, Muta.
Listen, man.
Pleasure again. Muta, you say this Rasta thing and Buster thing. You say the problem is a true Buster go to England, go plan with the English people and fail to keep down black people, and then Rasta come now and speak the truth. So it's like two entities. So through Rasta speak the truth now, him just have to have the force to fight against Rasta. Because when me a boy, when me hear about black heart man and all this saying, Rasta them a talk about, you know.
Yeah.
Everything negative was Rasta, but when me realize Rasta, I talk about black power and them things, I realize Rasta the truth. I no salt, no eat this, no eat that. I'm going to come and live now as a youth come say, all of these things, I kill off black people, I give them heart attack, I give them cancer. And then the same hypocritical people, where they are fight against and support it, I adapt blacks now, a cemetery, I put locks in that time artificial, I put locks as stores. Look, how them lock up Bob Marley, look how them lock up Peter Touch, look how them broke up Peter Touch, and look how them do to Bonnie Wheeler, look how them do to you. And you beat Rasta with iron and have water, wash them off. I tell them Muta as a youth, you know. Then with curfew I hear I'm a pass and see the soldier, I was a bayonet. I cut the man locks, you know. And I did him in a chop and see the man, you know. And when I look for him, I say, no man, Buster talk about set my people free and I will die for them. I say them people are really take black Jamaican see that, you know. Just like that one in charge of the road where I talk, I tell them what to do about them and leave. But no, because Jamaican, as I say, most of Jamaican people have no sense, they must behave like them have sense. A few Jamaican have sense. When last ever seen anybody go out, they go stand up for anything when they believe it. I say, what going on in the world, the people must move like it's business as usual. Every day things are raised. Every day everything they oppress the people and more. How them do? I move like a business as usual. I'm going to tell the youth, so now, quick for run, go for the gun for kill a black man, but now, quick for run, go for the gun for do the right cause. I'm not doing it. Take black people, feed that bomb, black heart, man, and take out heart, and when you see jail come, you delegate your fly going, and who are the real terrorists? The same thing with Iran and Israel and US. US and Israel are the biggest terrorists in the world. US drop nuclear weapon on Japan. And you go up now, feel say United States are the vanguard, the people are the Messiah. Same thing I'm just Selassie. And I go around, Rasta, you got dead. And I look for them and I say, one of my customers say Rasta got dead and Jesus Christ died. What really are going on? And the more you grow up now and realize that them people are just designing a thing just to keep when I save. The only difference is them take out the shuttle. And Rasta come and educate about that, and we have to do them that. Tell me now, why is it that our propane shed ground we have to buy land? And the amount of land we sell, how Jamaica can't come out of them problem? Or we still are living in a scholar muta. See, China get land there out of country near where our Marcus gave some out of
Mama beer.
Hey, tell me now. And them say a Porsche give them. So as I'm going to tell you some muta, remember, I always repeat myself, if you throw 100 million US and give me a vote for PNP, I will never ever. GLP worse. The two of them is the same thing, muta. Until you get to that GLP and PNP, the average black people life will be better. Until they get to the United States and Israel, the world will be better. Two idiot man have the world, and how much country in the world, and nobody can come together and say, no, this can't, everybody just a chat. And then I say, well, I'm going to tell Muta if it's a war continue for the next couple of months, because you hear Daryl Vaz talk about, we have to go back in the COVID mentality to stay home. You don't have it. I don't understand Jamaica and Cuba. You don't have it. We don't create a facility for store right. We don't. Because I say right now, the trick we are going after Iran, I say, all right. When I have to pay for you the strain, look for the trick now. China can't go in there and move by without a problem. Russia can't go in there and move by without a problem, right? But any other country going to move by it because big bad US or the world powers, them tell them, say no, them can't move. Why they never stop the China shit?
Don't go for frightened.
Thank you. So the whole world are cut off now, and the people them sit down, muta. The cure man powerful like Goliath. If unity is fear, muta, you fall Goliath, muta. Because for your fall Goliath, because the problem is the petrodollar is America fall. That's why it's them attack the country them were in the BRICS, you know. Venezuela, go Cuba next, then Iran, because Iran are build China. So not about nuclear weapon because I'm already selling bomb the nuclear facility, and then Israel now supposed to take over because Israel really is the police for the Middle East, you know. For watch, for represent and them England set up and US set up. So you just have no power, no love for nobody. Don't don't Trump there and shoot out ship in the Caribbean water. It did them say anything to the people in the Caribbean. No.
And remember just like Jesus. Remember just like Jesus, no.
Right. How the Christian them say? You say the Christian lick out on it? I just know the Pope must have said something about it. Muta. There's no way PNP and JP make Jamaican black people life better. I'm kind of glad now we said this time because when the man them uptown now start see like the man them downtown live in a square, I swear them all when everybody start go up on them foot because if there's no oil muta, we have a problem because two things we always emphasize on the muta. After COVID, I thought we would have a massive farming. We have solar muta. You have Iceland, I use solar, we have solar. How the government do? In the solar inverter and the panel and make them expensive. So there's nothing here for poor people. The batch them for the solar muta, check how much feet. And the same thing with the ganja.
Nearly $500,000. Nearly $500,000 for one battery.
Thank you. Nothing. So if they mean poor people, why not say to bring in the solar duty free? Everything I kill the people them. Look on ganja. Rasta dead for this thing. Man dead in a jail. Man get all sort of embarrassment like up for ganja. Who are on ganja now? Now nobody from Riemann or Tibali and Jungle.
I have to cut you though.
Tibali.
Sorry about that, but I have to cut you.
Alright, yeah man, long life man.
If you want to call back later, you can call back.
Yeah man. So them not no good for poor people, respect my boss.
Alright, yes. Still.
Yes man, me there.
Hello?
Yeah man, me there.
Yes, greetings. Yes, Muta. Boy, you know, you're always on point and always on topic. I mean, the stress, they may get to early night, but once you play that Lion of Judah film and highlighted the visit of His Majesty,
right on the big, you know, as we're about to enter the 60th anniversary of His Majesty's visit, the Diamond Jubilee.
Yeah.
I said, boy, I have to stay up and see what go on, because, as I say, always on topic. And you know, that film there, I watch it over and over again, and we have to give thanks. He sadly departed to Franklin St. Just, otherwise known as Chappie. He was the one who coordinated the filming of His Majesty's visit, you know.
Yeah.
Sadly, he passed, but him give us a little lecture in 2017. We had him at UA about all of the issues in making that film. One of the things I want to tell the public, sadly, is they sent the original film is shot in color, full Technicolor, you know, and them send it to a company in England. I forget the name of the company now, but I'll have to look for my notes. They sent it to a company in England, and what happened now, England give us back a black and white copy. And them have the color copy, and up to now, we can't get the color copy back.
So who own the copyright? Who own the copyright of it?
Well, we own the copyright right now.
So why difficult to get it back?
Because according to Chappie, when he go to England and give him the run around and the back and forth, but what we were saying to him, him should have gone with some help, with some assistance, because him won like a one-man crusade, try to get back the color copy, and then give him the run around and just tell him to leave them alone, you know, them the business, whichever companies he was checking, because it's moved from one company to another. But my thing is still unresolved, but, you know, we're hoping somebody in the government, maybe Ministry of Culture, can do something, but they're going to have to travel to England, you know, this month here to try to deal with the case, because there's a 60-year copyright limit from what I gather from Chappie, which will expire at the end of this month. So that's the issue.
That was too late, you know.
It got kind of late. So, but I just want the people to know that the original was in full Technicolor color. Because if you look on the contrast it with the Trinidad film now, the Trinidad is in color, you know. The filming of his visit, or the film of the visit of His Majesty in Trinidad is in color.
Yeah.
Whereas what we have is a black and white. But still, that is very informative, because the people then will know, one, the school, Haile Selassie High School, clearly it details that His Majesty did found that school. Because a lot of people in Jamaica don't realize Haile Selassie High School is a legacy school. It wasn't just come up by accident. His Majesty came to Jamaica. He planted the foundation pillar at Pineland, the 23rd of April, 1966, and he gave the money to the government to build a school. It was his gift, the only school he gave in the Western Hemisphere. Only. Didn't give any to the U.S., he didn't give any to any of the other Caribbean islands. So we should really value that school. It is not valued to the extent it should be. That was a gift of His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie. And look at the school now. We give thanks to, there are some ones in the Rastafari community and other members of the community who have refurbished the school. It still needs more attention. Brother Shaka and his team refurbished the library. The library looks great right now. Bob Marley and Rita Marley Foundation did a music room. We've had Ghetto Youths Foundation work on the bathroom. We've had Bonga James did some work with the bathroom. Tony Rebel sorted out a computer room for the school, and many others have contributed, but we still need more efforts for restoration of the school. And, you know, I've been connected with the school one way or the other, you know, because I see the importance and value of the school. And right now we have a situation where, because of the area the school is in, I guess, parents are apprehensive about sending their children rather, to the school, and so forth. And it's rough. But if we realize it's a legacy school and a national treasure, we can overcome some of these obstacles. But first of all, people have to realize it's a historical treasure, and the whole nation should see this as a national treasure. And we don't have that attitude. And I'll tell you, the staff as well, who have been at the school for a long time, just know that you are at a historic school. The students, and my point is, anytime I go and I do the Founders Day lecture, I make a point to tell the students, as the staff, you're at a historic school. So wear that with pride, a badge of honor, not a badge of shame. That's one thing. The other thing that came out of the film, and I guess people have to watch it, is that Haile Selassie gave medals to the Rastafari community members.
Up at King's House.
Medals. Quite a few. Rastam Brown get a medal. Prince Emmanuel gets a medal. Mortimer Plano gets a medal. Fillmore Alvaranga, Sam Clayton, Douglas Mack, Russ Trevor, Daniel Hartman, Russ Shedrack.
But you see that pan the video, you see it, you know.
Yeah, you see it, so it's there. So he, His Majesty, venerated and appreciated the love and support that he got from the Rastafari community. He didn't just give those medals by accident, because he realized the work and the positive strength Rastafari not only gave him, but Africa in general.
Yeah.
The reason why His Majesty donated Shashamane to people, Africans in the West, was because he appreciated the support he got when Mussolini terrorized Ethiopia in the 1930s. Of course, we give thanks. We had Victory Day, May 1941, when His Majesty came victorious and took back Ethiopia after a terrible 5-year occupation by the fascist Italians under Mussolini. So Ethiopia, though, during that time, got a lot of support, moral support from Africans all over the world, in Africa, in the US, here in Jamaica, and anywhere. And His Majesty was grateful for that. So he always thought highly of the African diaspora. And particularly, he knew the adulation that was coming towards him from Jamaica. That's why he was giving medals to Rastafari. He didn't look down upon him. And I think, to be honest with you, the government was surprised that he would have such high regard for Rastafari, because at that time in the 60s, Rastafari were going through hell. I mean, the brother from Pinnacle earlier, and I'm glad he came on. It would have been good to get his name, because you know that I'm part of the Leonard Hall Foundation. And, you know, the issue of the Holites is terrible, because a lot of the Holites now are living in poverty, because they went from being wealthy at Pinnacle, living in abundance of wealth, and when houses were burnt down, it was raided and then burned out the crops, made them homeless. We had generational poverty. And some of the Holites today are still traumatized from what happened to their parents. The brother he never gave his name, but I suspect he's one of them. Traumatized, haven't recovered, living in poverty in Tregear Park and other parts of the island, you know? Just with the memory, the sad memory of what they went through. And maybe just, you know, even I can tell you, Monty Hall, the oldest son of Leonard Hall, he's still traumatized from what happened at Pinnacle. He's traumatized. And in fact, that's why he said he left Jamaica. He's now living in the US. And he said it's unlikely he'll ever return here to settle, because most of his memories are bitter of being ran off the property. Him and his brother Billy Hall and others. So it is what it is. But going back to the Lion of Judah video, essentially other key issue, though, that comes out is the love His Majesty had for education. You see how many educational facilities he visited? Not only did he visit Michael, exactly.
JC.
He visited JC. And, you know, that make me proud, because let me share with the audience. I'm a JC old boy.
Oh, yeah?
So we're proud of that. And I see it as a blessed school. I'm sorry for those in the other high schools, but, you know, Him bless us when Him come visit us, you know? And look how we just mash up champs recently and, you know, national school quiz, you know? GSC is on the up and up. But there was a time when the regular person couldn't attend GSC. Wasn't really till the 70s, you know. And I have to give credit where it's due. Michael Manley managed to push down the barriers of the school fees and all of that stuff. So your parents never have to rich because GSC. I mean, my parents weren't rich. I wouldn't have gone to GSC if they never abandoned the school fees in the early 70s. So that allowed me to go GSC in the 70s. But, you know, the reality is, Muta, that there's a lot to learn from the past, and I hope that people listening here are tuning in. And there's a whole heap of celebrations going on, you know. Sister Mitzi, I heard the interview, but she didn't give all of the events that are going on. The Haile Selassie High School, importantly, have been inspired. They do it, it's called Spirit Week. They have a whole week of activities to celebrate His Majesty's visit. And I'm very proud to say that them get back a fragment, but it's still something of the original foundation stone that His Majesty laid. Them get back a fragment. So somebody was holding.
So where it was?
It was a custodian for the stone, and he was holding it till the right moment. I'm not going to say his name right now. I have to talk to him and see if he's all right with his name going out on the radio. But he gave the stone to the school in February 27th, actually. I was there. There was a mini handing over ceremony, and the school now has that. And that will be unveiled at a ceremony on April 21st, about midday thereabouts. They'll unveil. It's a fragment, but it's there on this day, April 22nd, 2022. Sorry, April 22nd, 1966. You know, this school is being given as a gift and so forth. Now, there was a problem in a glitch in his trip, so it actually, he laid the foundation stone on the 23rd, but it was meant to have been laid on the 22nd of April. But it was laid in April. It's living proof that it's not a figment of people's imagination. His Majesty was here in Jamaica, and he deliberately laid that school, gave us that school, because that was a symbolic of his love of education. And also he has said, even in his writings and words, that education is the pathway for the success of a nation. So he so valued education. As you know, he kept the portfolio of Minister of Education throughout his reign. He kept that for himself because that's how much he valued it. And when you read his speeches and his writings, it comes clear. So all the people out there in Jamaica, no matter what your financial situation, value education. Nothing wrong with trying to read a book. Nothing wrong with, you know, practicing your writing or whatever. They call it the 3 R's or whatever at a high school. But education is something we must value and take seriously. And I try and inculcate this amongst the youth because, you know, I'm an educator. But it's important. Our nation will never rise until we have a very educated population. That's why Barbados is ahead of us, development-wise. They have a more educated population overall than we do in Jamaica. So we have to work on it. See? So, Haile Selassie High School unveiling ceremony on the Tuesday about midday. They also are having a lecture, Haile Selassie lecture at Institute of Jamaica on the Thursday from 1 to 3, Institute of Jamaica. Probably start a little bit later than 1, more likely 1:30. But it's happening and it's open to the public as well. That's Thursday afternoon. Haile Selassie lecture. And the other thing is also, on the Wednesday evening, 6 to 8 at Bob Marley Museum. There'll be a screening of the documentary of the 50th anniversary celebrations when Prince Amias was brought to Jamaica, following in the footsteps of His Majesty, that Sister Mitzi spoke about briefly. And as you know, I was also part of that organizing committee in terms of having Prince Amias go from following the footsteps of his grandfather. And that has been documented. There's a documentary. You've seen it. We're going to show a shorter version than you saw, Muta. But that's at the Bob Marley Museum, Wednesday, 22nd.
Why would I edit it?
Well, just slightly edited, just some parts edited. So it's not much different than what you saw. But it has, so we're talking about 1 hour and 50 minutes, Yeah? But it's there. Yeah, you've seen it and a few others have seen it. But it's appropriate to show what happened 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So those who missed the event can get a holistic feel of what happened 10 years ago with Princess Saba and Prince Amaya, Sally Selassie. And let me tell you, he was elated with that trip. Absolutely elated. I even, as it happened, saw him in March of this year, and he was reminiscing about how he loved that trip and meeting various ones and getting a different feel of Jamaica than he'd done in the past. Because he'd been in Jamaica twice before, but he said he didn't get that holistic feel, because apart from having him visit the various Rastafari mansions, and I should say we deliberately had him visit Baba Shanti at Baba Hill, visit 12 Tribes of Israel over on Clevedon Avenue in Kingston, deliberately had him go to Asante Fox's Church of Haile Selassie, downtown Kingston, deliberately went to Nyabingi over Pit 4 up in Granville. So we took him to the Rastafari community so he could see Rastafari in their natural state, in their places of their headquarters, so to speak. And so he enjoyed that, and he did get to see Minister Grange and Prime Minister Holness, and he met with Portia Simpson, who was then the opposition minister at the time. And he went to Haile Selassie High School.
Yeah, we mentioned that.
We had a reception.
You mentioned it.
Yeah, man. So it was, so it's all in the documentary.
Yeah.
All right? So yes, Muta, we give thanks. So we're on topic, as I said, always on topic, and we love that. See?
Give thanks.
Well, this is Winston. He's black and beautiful. And most of the white women here think that Winston is sexier. And even worse news for white men, they say that he's better in bed. So, is that why white women prefer black men? Have a go at your seats, fellas. We'll talk to you in a minute. Nicola, is that the reason why white women prefer, do white women prefer black men?
Well, some white women do, I do.
Why?
They're a lot more, what's the skin?
What's the what?
The skin.
The skin?
Oh, it's so lovely. Black skin against white skin.
What do you mean skin? I've got lovely skin.
No, not like black man's skin.
Well, what's the difference in black men's skin then?
Well, if they look after it, it's all soft. It's like chocolate.
Like chocolate? Would you eat it, do they, black skin? Well, is that just it, the skin?
No, it's a whole attitude, I think.
What's the attitude?
I don't know, the way a black man makes you feel.
How does he make you feel?
Oh, lovely.
In what way?
I always feel safe, and I always feel special, and
Is that right?
Like Karen, I think they are gorgeous. I think they are so physically gorgeous. I think they're so physically gorgeous. But like Karen, I also think
it's a physical thing. So what, skin as well?
Well, it's not just physical, but I also think it's the way they treat you. They really, really know how to treat a woman.
In what way?
Taking you out, paying for you, just everything. They just really, really look after you.
Hang on, all I've heard so far could apply to white men. Nice skin, take you out, treat you well, make you feel safe. How's that different?
No. Black men are just different. They're just, I don't know what it is that particularly makes them different. I just think they're just...
What would you sum it up then? What is it that makes them different?
I think also it's it's the confidence that they have that white men don't have. I just think they have just that confidence.
Confidence with women?
Yeah, and in themselves as well.
Kirsty?
I really sort of disagree. I think it comes down, or it boils down to the personality, where someone is coming from, not purely for the colour of their skin.
But you like black men.
This is the first relationship I've been in where the partner has been black.
And is there anything special about him?
There isn't. It's his spirituality, his personality, it's everything.
But initially you don't actually see, you don't actually see the personality. So, I mean, I just think black men are just gorgeous.
You're looking at him there. Is this your partner?
Yeah.
You think black men are better than white men? They're more attractive than white men. What does the white men feel about this, Gary?
Well, I'm sure the couple over there have a loving relationship, and they treat each other very, very, very well. I've never had a problem with black guys, white girls, black guys, whatever. I've actually had a relationship with a black girl a few years back, and
they're saying white men. We're talking about white men. These white women prefer black men to white women. To white men and white women both.
Well, I think I'm reasonably.
And they're saying they've got better skin than you.
Physically,
They're more confident than you.
Well, I think I have confidence.
They make them feel safe?
Well, I make my girlfriend feel safe right now. She's quite happy with me. We've been together 2 years. I've had no complaints with any girlfriend I've had in the past, black and white.
Zoe?
No, I think that's wrong. Black men are definitely better in bed. They treat you right. They take their time over you, where a white man won't. They're too quick to get there and get it over with.
Maybe that's due to your experiences in the past.
It is. I've been married to a white man as well. I have been married to a white man for 9 years.
Go on, Zoe.
And then I went back and I went out with a black man, and I still say to this day a black man is a better lover.
Why?
My husband was too quick to get the business over and done with, and he didn't treat me right. He used to go out on the piss and do things he shouldn't be doing, where a black man doesn't.
But we're all very different. I mean, we're all different personalities. I mean, okay, there are some. I've read stories in newspapers where people complain that their lovers. Their sex is very, very short. It's 5 minutes. I'd like to think personally I please the lovers I'm with. If it's half an hour or an hour or 2 hours or whatever I'm doing, whether it's having a bath together, playing backgammon together, making love together, as long as your partner's happy, then the time is irrelevant. But the idea of a white man being a bad lover, I think is.
I think it's because you're too quick. You're too quick to get it over with.
Yeah, but I don't think it's just that. I think it's the whole thing about how the love making is made. A black man, I think, has got far more rhythm than a white man has.
Rhythm?
And rhythm. They just in bed. It's just.
What's the rhythm?
Oh, they can move. It's not in a. It's
I thought the rhythm method was contraception. What you mean? It's the way they move in general.
Yeah, definitely.
To explain it to me.
White men are very stiff, aren't they? They haven't got the go to it.
What was that, Zoe?
White men are very stiff.
Yeah, but what?
But black men are very supple, and it's just the way they are. Yeah.
It's like the reggae dancing.
Yeah, you get a black man on the floor and you'll be able to move and groove, where a white man.
So the kind of thing you see with black men are more looser limbs.
Yeah, more looser limbs and.
That's part of the rhythm of the love making.
That's right.
Do you believe all this, white man?
No, not really, no. So, you can sort of talk about the size and everything, but it's not what you've got, it's what you do with it.
Nobody's said anything about size.
It's what it's born down to.
No, it isn't. They didn't say size.
No, but in the back of their head, that's what's there.
Oh, is it?
No.
Nicola?
I do think that's a fallacy. I do think that's a fallacy that black man's got.
I like the way she's stroking his knee.
Okay,
go on.
Right. Well, in my personal view, I do believe that we do have more rhythm than most white guys. It's evident when you see them on the dance floor. They have not got any rhythm, and that is basically on a general consensus. There are a few that can dance. Now, I think it's also true from what I know, from women that I've dated, etc., and women that I spoke to.
White women?
Yes, indeed. They do say that they preferred being with a black man.
Why?
Why? The whole concept.
What's the whole concept?
Well, all right, then if we're going to talk about it, we're talking about rhythm, we're talking about length, we're talking about size. Yeah. It's not
the whole job.
It's what you do with it. No, right. This is not fiction of what I'm talking about now. I'm talking about what people have told me.
This is
and what I've given.
Is that a white woman?
I was married for 12 years to a white man, and he was well endowed. I lived with a black man for 5 years. God rest his soul, he died 5 years ago. But he was just as well endowed, but the way he treated me. I'm a rather large lady and he was a rather slender man. And it was his personality the way he treated me as a person, as a woman, and what more can I say? He was good in bed.
But that's not the... So
I didn't go with him because his dingaling was bigger than a white man.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
No, I look at it as, right, I mean, I've been brought up by a black family myself, yeah? I'm white, but my foster mum is black. She's from New Kingston, Jamaica, right? Now, the way I look at it, a black man is no different to a white man. All right, one thing I can say is right, is, yeah, they've got more rhythm, they have got more move, they do take care of their skin a lot better. I'm not being funny, but I do see that. Black men do take care.
What, you know their skin, what they use all of do they on it?
No, there's cocoa butter, a lot of black men use cocoa butter, a lot of black men use cocoa butter. Sunflower oil.
Well, yeah,
I personally, you know what I mean? A natural person.
Concepts in concepts, may I tell you. Concepts in concepts. Anyway, yes, EL. EL?
Yes, EL.
Yeah, blessed man.
Blessed me, Adrian. Brother Muta, blessing. I'm English artist, judge you. I think you're supposed to hear about me a little, you know. Yes, sir. Is with me there?
Did I listen to the reason a while ago with the people, them?
Yes, I. So, I did a listen to it. Yeah, with the gentleman and the Rastafari thing, you know.
What?
Yeah, I was... Yes, but I have a...
No, hold on. I recently just go on a while ago with some young people, both black man and white man. Which one them prefer? May I ask if you're listening? May I ask if you're listening to?
Yeah, I was listening. I was listening.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so where's you now?
Yes, so I have a little issue. You know, I invest in a fishing business in Jamaica, down in White House, Westmoreland. And I buy a boat, a nice boat, you know, sit down April 21st, 2025, the last year. And the boat reached, and in May 29, that is in 2025. So my assistant get called to come and pick it up. So he go up there in Montego Bay at Summit Import Agency Limited. And he was told they can't release the boat to him because he got to inspect for gun, drugs, etc., plus reappraisal. So, with that, when they finish the procedures, then we'll call him to come back and pick up. So, I keep update with him through the period of time up to before the storm come. He didn't receive any calls. So I said, probably them don't finish with them inspection or whatsoever. So, storm release come, everything got dead, but I hear nothing. So, it reached in the 20th of December last year, same year, then after the storm. I call and get a hold of one of the employees for Summit Import Agency Limited. And he's a gentleman. He told me the vessel is okay. He's in good shape just as how it come. I said, okay, sound good. And praising them, I take good care of my property, you know. So I said, all right, he should call my assistant down in Farm White House and make arrangement to come and pick up. Unfortunately, he didn't do that. When I get in touch with my assistant, I have to give my assistant the employee's number to my assistant that he could call an arrangement and things set. So my assistant went up there the 2nd of February because down in Westmoreland black up and a lot of problem.
You have to talk too fast, I don't know.
Yeah, no, nobody tell him that the vessel destroy, you know. So he was advised to pay over $200,000 at cement importing agency, and documents go over war. And over the same period, another 340,000 plus fees and all those kind of things. And when we ready to pick up the vessel at the time, them tell him say mash up.
Let's mash up.
And mash up. And you know. So he get to me and let me know what I want. So we call back the morning, the next day I call back. Because the agent who I speak with, he wasn't there at Montego Bay, I was in Kingston. I came, you know what's going on. So I let him know, what he told me is that's not the case. It's the vessel mash up. So he was hurrying off the phone and tell me to talk with his next co-worker, a lady. And the lady wasn't of any help. She was like, it's not their responsibility. I should come and pick it up. I said, but my men said go to pick it up and you guys hold on it. So what you want?
So hold on, what is the bottom line of what you're going to say? Because you take long bridging. What is what you try to get across?
Like them not giving me back anything. They collect me over 700 and
so you check a liar. You check a liar.
I check a liar and I put it to the liar. He should call me back. No call back. So I try to help myself and move around, get in touch with Mr. Paul's office. And it's like spinning around. No help, my brother. No assistance. I don't know what else to do. And I get a number to call the custom officer, the manager in down Montego Bay. There is a lady. It's like she don't want to hear anything.
Well, the only thing I could tell you now, I mean, you might say you say it already, you do it already, but a liar is the way out now for you. You have to get a liar, Bridget.
I deal with one of them and boy, it's like them should call, but it's like them no calling, but it's like I don't know, brother.
So what you expect to happen? I know you call the channel, you call the program now. What you expect to happen? Why you call?
Yeah, well, I just want to see if, someone could hear me and can, give me some assistance to even get back some of my money, because the vessel now is a fishing business I'm running, and I have a couple of workers waiting on me and all those.
So the only thing I could advise you now is keep calling a liar. I don't know where to tell you. I mean, sorry for saying that weird about.
It's like it's spinning around from corner to corner to corner to corner, from right round in circle. And so I say I have to. I try to see if I get a talk with you, and someone who hears can hear my views, and something can happen, because we're trying.
How long now this go on, Bridget? How long it go on?
It go on from. It go on from May, when they go to pick up the boat that is the 20th.
May last year?
May last year to February 2nd, because we go there May the 29th. My guys them go there and them hold on it. So they might check it for drugs, gun and all of those things.
Yeah.
Then, and them should call him back to let them know when it's ready to pick up.
So them not check it, them not check them for drugs yet? Them still are checking for drugs?
So them not check for drugs and gun. And reappraise.
From when them a check for drugs? From when? From May?
From last year, May 29.
How much time you go down to go check them? How much time you go down to go check them? How much time you check them?
Cement import agency they are the ones say them with custom that they check in for that. For drugs, gun and rape rates.
Yeah, so from them time they don't check it yet.
Well, until a Hurricane Melissa come, we don't hear nothing. Hurricane Melissa come, I'm the one who have to reaching out to try to get someone. You know, everything go dead, and I eventually get one of the employees the 20th of December, and I asked him about the vessel. He said, it's okay, nothing happened to it. He saw it, it is in good shape just as it come. Just to know that it destroyed, complete.
It mash up?
They urge me to mash up, and they urge me to send money to go and pick it up, hire vehicle, pay over 30,000, hire vehicle, go up there. No one.
No, brother, you need a liar, man.
You know, them collect my money and over wharf, them collect the money, and no one said mash up. No one said destroy. And now it's like I'm on my own, and boy, I don't know what to do.
But that me say you need to find a liar.
My over 700,000.
I know you say you find a liar already, but you need to get a liar.
I try. I could say Mr. Sinclair, I try, but you know, he should get back in touch with me going over a month now, and he said, well, he read what he asked me, he actually text me and asked me what is the nature, and I write it out in a text to him, and he said, okay, when him read it through, will call me back. Call me. Never call. Nothing. So I just trying to use my knowledge to move around to talk with necessary, you know, people who, you know, government.
Yeah, well, me I say, I don't know what to tell you more than to tell you, say, you really have to find a liar.
You know, it's just terrible.
Yeah, me know.
You know, it's just terrible.
Me know.
You know.
So you have to look a liar, you know, look. I give up on that.
They are trying to say I can help myself, and you know, try to help other people. Even the food I send down there for the people, the same guy that Cement Import Agency employ, tell me to send it in his name. He will get it clear and take it to the people in Westmoreland. And that man, it seems like he did want to take the shipment. He go to Kingston. I have to go through the Mutabaruka to get it clear, transfer over, and a whole lot of things. And he distant himself, like, you know, it's a whole lot of things, my brother.
Yeah, all right.
You know.
Once again, now I'll tell you, see if you can try and get a liar. There must be a liar out there where you can show your case to, and then respond to you.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's hard to get, it's hard to find.
Me know, but try still. Try. You have to still try.
Yeah.
Because your things in danger, yeah. You have to keep trying, man.
I have one what I put on a case with you know, family member. I you know, try to help them, but put property of mine in their position to take care, because I'm overseas. I'm not giving up my country.
So where was I call from?
Boy, I'm telling you.
Where
you know,
where you calling from? Where you calling from?
Take it away. You know,
where you calling from?
I'm calling from the United States.
Where it is?
May I tell you?
So you now come out, you come look about it, man.
Take for my car, take for my money.
So maybe you take for you need to come along and come deal with it.
Yeah. You see, that person, I'm my sister, you know.
No, more me I say no matter. I say maybe you need to come along and come look about it.
Come deal. That's what a lot of people say. Don't trust nobody down there. So
yeah, but you need to come along and come look. But think of Jamaica, you're there.
Because you know you have to take care of the music business, and then.
Yeah, but I think that Jamaica, you're there talk about this thing. I mean, I'm not firing you there.
Yeah, man. I mean, him judge youth, man.
Yeah, but you need to come along and come deal with it, brethren.
Yeah.
You need to come now and come look at it. We have to move now, though. We have to move here.
Yes, I. Thanks to listen out to me, and hope you know, some help come through, you know.
All right, give thanks.
Glory,
break time. Yes, this is the Cutting Edge on RFM. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's love Mutabaruka.
Yeah, man. What, man?
Family with strength, you know that. Question. What's the difference between inspiration and integrity?
What's the difference between inspiration and integrity?
Mm-hmm.
Integrity, I'm not feeling inspiration. Inspiration is something where you acquire through understanding of something. Your knowledge of something inspire you to do something. Integrity is a what you call an action that is seen as what we call it good. I don't know how to describe it, but integrity is when somebody have things in them where it's acceptable, you know, for a good level. Integrity is a good acceptance of good things. What you say about
that? Integrity, I agree with that. Inspiration, but I check it. Something you learn at school.
No, you don't have to learn. You don't have to get inspired at school. Most of my poems when me write, when me get inspired, I know school me get it from.
Yeah. That thought come from in between, you know.
Huh?
A thought will come from internal between.
Yeah, you dig yourself and you get inspiration.
Huh?
You know, you go in on yourself and use your brains and figure out, and you get inspired to do something. Some people write, some people invent things, some people just sit down and feel good because I'm inspired by the sound, our environment, the sound, the feel. You know, make it inspired, but integrity is different something. You know, I'm not for doing inspired, I'm not for doing integrity.
That makes it integrity.
Eh?
Integrity is a form of learning from by someone teaching someone things and gravitate to it.
Integrity is what a man show to others to say yes. Him is worthy of something. Him just worthy.
Yeah, have them man, have it clear.
So why you ask that? Why you ask this?
Because one like how you differentiate it, you know. Because I don't want to see in that light as a man where have so much light within life can differentiate the things and share it out with ones and ones. One can know the meaning and the difference between the two words.
Yeah, well, integrity I'm going to do is like integrity is you have a certain position where it's make it seen as good or honest. You know? Yeah. You have a principled way about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that to me is integrity.
Yeah, man.
But you know, I don't know about how honest to come up in that.
Yeah, right on the track with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not honest, inspiration. I don't know how inspiration come up with that. Total different thing that. No connection.
At least to me. No connection.
To me, the integrity and inspiration have no connection.
No, because I want to suggest to you of things like, what we say, where you gravitated to a learning, like someone a teach, like in the school.
Yeah.
someone that they teach youth them something, but them can't, but them gravitate to. But one is a inborn thing, and one is a thing where we learn from.
Integrity sure is like you're honest.
Yeah.
You have a certain honesty about you. People look for you and see a certain honesty in you.
Right.
That is integrity. To me, inspiration. A man can be inspired to do terrible thing,
Yes, that one say.
As me I say, when I write, most of when I write about, I write it off of my inspiration, my views, how me conceptualize the things around me or in me. I write accordingly.
Yeah.
And I write something that is not what we call now. It's not integrity. You write it because of integrity.
No.
You write it because you want to write that.
You just get a feel of something.
Yeah. All right, sir.
You just bring it forward in words.
Yeah.
And in deeds.
Yeah. All right. All right, we'll move.
You're strong, yes, sir.
I'm gone?
No, Mama, they said we are on.
Oh, me think you're done, man. You're not done, man?
No, I'm not done that.
So what else you want to talk about?
This thing, within the clash thing we have gone with the people, them and the stamp system. Why we
clashing we are going with what?
But it's really the whole same thing. It really get rough and bad, some people.
What you talk about? Me not hear you good.
I said the hurricane system there.
Which hurricane system?
Look on.
Melissa?
Yeah.
Yeah, what you talk about it?
I say right now some of the people them getting a second yet.
Yeah, we hear that.
Them just up and down like a wandering sheep, and them don't know who to turn or who to go to all kind of things.
Yeah, but them tell them who to go to still. No, but we know. Them they tell them who to go to. Them they set up certain place.
They know that. Still, although them say so. Because we can see it day by day as we go by, And like I hear things we are talking about here, and something we see and experience it. So we need to look more humility amongst the people them who are dealing with something mad. Them to remember the people them some people can't move. Or some people up in the hills and them places with them all know stop all in a tear up on the house. They need better coverance, man.
Yeah.
Better assistance.
Yeah.
I get it to them,
All right. Agree.
Yeah.
But no cure better it is, people are saying no better, No cure better it is, people are still say it needs to be better, more better, most better.
We know all of that still, I go on with it. He who feels it knows it, everyone said a bird not there this, But at the same time, things can get better. People.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, sir. Have a move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this is the stepping, see them again, a stepping radar. This is the cutting edge at IRFM. We want to play this, but it will take too long. We can't play that one day. Cannot play that one day at all. It was too long. So we have to find something. I saw. We could see we are going right, that's all. All right. Yes, Ian. Ian.
Okay. Muta.
Yeah, blessed man.
Them say Salam tonight still in brother. Sheen Clark, Darren everyone, all the crew of Irish men, they up on the sale. Yeah, Jaron thing.
Wait, hold on. Sheen, I went to something tomorrow with the herbs thing. What time?
I'll go and check back the time, I'm not sure.
Yeah, all right. Yes, Bridget.
Yeah, they don't know. His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, and I give thanks and praise for life, strength, and more. All the people in the diaspora worldwide want them to know, say, I preach the word of creation, the fullness of life, to all aspects of the matter. Now, as you don't know, we come with a program, sit, Rastafari. Yeah, the voice, the output to make the people know what it is that I supposedly, justifiably should be doing. In the context of the fullness right now, them having a debate about recognition of Rasta. I don't even see the significance of such holy for argument, because I have lived it from a youth till now, and the recognition of Rastafari is worldwide based upon the presentation that Rastafari has given to the world, not from any governmental order or descript of the matter. I have requested from the Honorable Minister of Culture, Ms. Grange, which I consider to be one of great, I would call word sublimity of aesthetics, performance within the duties of the culture. Yeah, the credit there. But them still not give it the benefit of the marijuana as a viable economic way of our lifestyle. So them still not give it the fullness of it. Them say, yeah, well, you can have, maybe, you can have 2 sticks of weed in your pocket and the policeman is supposed to lock you. But that's not what we request. We request the totality of the fact, say, what if a Rasta man have 100 pounds of marijuana, it should be allowed without question. Shouldn't have been descriptive as to the matter, as to why we have it, because it's a part of the established culture of Rastafari since the beginning of such time. See where I come from. So why not acknowledge that in that sense, why we still have to go through the peep and club thing, which part maybe a police hear about it, or maybe you never hear about it, and then you have to go through the rigmarole. That's the dash and done with. See? So that is one of the things I want them clarify it to a certain extent. We don't have to even think about it. We don't have to think about it. It's our economic base, just like how the Arab them have oil, and some other people have with them have, and people have backside over so on. Whatever it is, them have for them economic base. So I as Rastafari culture would like the government of Jamaica to give with that. See me I say? And I want to give reverence to the upcoming anniversary of the visit of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, 21st April 1966. And also that is very significant in the whole concept of our being. I see matters at hand. The movement and the development of the people's mind is where the focus should be on. Because we should say the people are go the wrong way, the opposite direction from where we like them to go. And it's the government we have to make that change. And that change must come about when them feel like it must be prominent now in this whole order of governmental runnings. Because I have heard it, at least 2 words together. what is the primary purpose of the government? The primary purpose of the government is responsible for public weal, and the government know that, but they don't want to follow the rules of what we call natural law to give the people that is what they did it for. And as servants of the people, they should establish that and make sure, say, we all get some form of improvement in the quality of life. Because without the quality of life, muta. What you live, a man have a car, him have a house, him have whatever, him have a materialistic thing. But what about the enjoyment of these things within a sense of where they call safety and confidence, knowing, say, so I can walk along the road and I don't have to worry about a man do me something, or why, because I come from across the street, me can't cross over the other side of the street because the man them a war, the man over there. So it's foolishness. That is colonial nature where we adapt from the colonial masters, and yet still I say we are fight against colonialism. But the bad principles with them set in order, we still are following it. We have to change that totally. The mindset. So the youth them to know that and see them think that the dash right now have no value in the concept of Rastafari. I got to soon the word that I use, I'm going to use it all the while because the meaning of it is just totally different from everything else you hear people talk about you must do. Because it covers the order of love in action, the whole entire concept. What I like for you, I would like you to do to me. And I just with it, And want to give praise to the king. Why you play music for me, if you can. See? F-tones.
F-tones, 10 minutes, you might know.
A music named Fatty Fatty.
I don't play that tune upon radio, really.
I want to muta, man.
What do you mean? I don't want to not play it, not even for me set, me not play it.
Is that band music?
No.
Okay.
Me just choose not to play it.
Not a band music, I figure.
Me just choose not to play it. From ever since me I play sound system, me not play it.
It's a play, man. I'm going to stop playing them tune the way we have to play music, man.
Yeah, but me not play it though. Me not play it.
Alright. I'm going to get the next one then. Eddie Fitzroy, Oja. Because they now play no Fatty Fatty. You're going to have to keep a dance there and see, challenge your soul,
No, me not play, me not challenge sound neither. Me not play it set for challenge, nobody said. Me play it set that people can dance and have a good time. Me not challenge
set. Well, that's what I mean still, me don't mean to say like them idiot thing with them keep up with for them thing, we just say music to music, we have to play some music. I say, well, Muta, you don't play that one here, so I'm going to play that one here.
No, me don't know them something there. Me don't know them something there. Me play the music that's people can dance. Me play with all three set. Them play half hour. Me play half hour. The next play half hour. And some play, but
I said the thing. I just like preference, I just like preference.
Yeah. Well, I see me with the Fatty Fatty. Me listen to Fatty Fatty from my youth. And me never played for my set yet. I never played for the radio yet.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I just music, and we just listen to all forms of the music.
No, me listen to it, but me not play it in all this one, me I say. Me listen to music, me listen to every music.
And I don't do that, So I now go fight the eye.
All them nasty tune me hear play all over the place. Me listen to them, but me not play them.
No, we not play them things. We not, come on, no. We bigger than that. See, we're bigger than that. You know what I mean? We don't bother so with the thing. See, we're upon a different level. We're upon what they call incorruptible sublimity. See, and that's how we do with it, We're not going to other way more than that. You see me, I say? That's true. I see the music. I don't really see no offense in it. I don't really, you know what I mean? So, no type of negativeness to it. So that's why I say that. Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Well, Eddie Fitzroy tune name when you say you are here.
Eddie Fitzroy, man. Oja.
Oja?
Yeah, man. You know that one there?
I don't know. I don't remember Oja.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Them out my Eddie Fitzroy, man. They're powerful music, you know.
You sure it name Oja?
Yeah, man. Oja.
Right.
It come from the breaking up with him.
Maybe me find it when I go and look, but right now, there's someone far from this. So.
Okay. Well, all right. You say, music, and relevance it, you know what I mean, and anything that is good and constructive, which I am maintaining the balance, see. So, just want the people to know, say, Viva Cuba, because we love Cuba, because we neighbor in a long time, we and them apart, and everything is good, So,
let me ask you something now. Just to start a conversation, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Fatty.
Yeah.
What is it that make you want to hear it?
It's just due to the way how the people and deal with people on a level of appearance, it's like when certain body composition, people look on it like it's a negative, see it, and the music I sure say it's not negative about the composition of the physical being, regardless of the state of what it may be considered. So, I like to big up the people.
But you intellectualize it, man. You intellectualize it.
No, but I tell you, sir,
the man talk about a girl. The man talk about a fat girl or a lushful looking girl where when them trouble I feel so nice.
Yeah. See me I say. So it's like I say in the world of modernity and modern things. Is most of the people with them admire is the slim thing them and thing like that, the models and all these other things. So I say it's like the fat girl them get overlooked. So I say boy that play a music appreciative of them to make them know so listen, they are up there same way as the word I use to describe them is pulpitudinous. You see me I deal it. So in the eyes of I man personally I consider them to be an art, to be admired.
An art?
You see where I come from? An art, yeah. Something we admire.
No, me you will say. Yeah, the word as an art.
Yeah. You see a work and you look for it and you say, yo.
Yeah, but I over that work. I know, yeah. You can't say what you want to say. You can't say what you want to say, but you know.
Yeah.
All right, this is so me now go play the fatty. Me go play that one, yeah. And I hope you can accept this.
No, me accept it, because music, muta, we love it like how you love it, So
no, listen to me now, man. Me know, but me don't want to disappoint you.